All right, folks, we're back in my winter car, and guess what? We have 5 more loot boxes here, because that's what it feels like these are at the moment. So I'm hoping today we can start the engine. I have been doing a little bit of grinding off camera. I feel a whole lot better thanks to all the people who said, oh man, you sound sick last episode, which I was actually sick. Oh, don't let your cold air out or warm air out. But yeah, I feel quite a bit better. Done a little bit of work off camera. We have the trailer here. I'm gonna probably start to load some stuff up because eventually we need to take it off. But first, let's see if we have parts here to build the freaking engine. Okay, here we go. Big drop here. Oh, I saw a trunk lid pop out. Oh yes, we got a replacement. Yeah, I damaged this last episode. It was embarrassing. Oh, there's a drive shaft in here. Oh, well, this is like my 14th instrument panel. I don't need that. Okay, front. Wait, this brake assembly, like, hold on. What did I have? I'm gonna have to let the cold air out, or the warm air out. I mean, I guess I could do the boxes in here. I was trying to do them out here because I could sort a little better. Yo, that's the carb. I didn't realize I was missing that. That's carburetor. Okay, so there's another brake assembly. Hold on, let's put that in there. You know, completely forgot about the drive shaft and the whole fact that exists. You know, let's open up the next box in here. Was this the one that we just opened? Oh, no, it wasn't. Move it in here. Okay, dump it, and boom. All right. Close. Oh, it's another dash. You gotta be kidding me. All right, so we got another brake. How am I getting all these? Wait, what is this then? Oh, this is the same thing. How did I end up with this many of them? Well, I mean, I've got the front brakes now. Another trunk lid. Looks like another headlight and another dash piece. Hold on, something fell out below it. What is that? Camshaft sprocket. What is this little piece? A rocker. You know, I think I actually bought a rocker set. That looks like a single rocker. I'm pretty sure there's multiple rockers, right? I don't know. I haven't opened anything up from like, is his name Flatari? I think I'm saying that right. I haven't opened any of those boxes up yet, so I don't know what any of that like really comes with. I mean, I'm hoping engines today. Or at least start the engine. Like, let me start it. Okay, you know what? This one's empty. It's just, I'm gonna keep dumping out here. This is just easier for me. Okay, so another seat. Wait, is that transmission? Yes! Oh, it's the manual, the 5-speed. Yeah, buddy. All right, so I got a transmission. I've got a brake master cylinder already. There's another piston. I needed that. Looks a little on the rusty side. Thermostat, I have one. I'm gonna set this one over here just in case. I think I'm good. Hold on. You know, I think I should have all my pistons. So I'm pretty sure another one of these boxes was like a piston thing. Okay, pedal box. I don't need them automatic there. Upper control arm. I'm pretty sure I need that. Let's stick this over here. Front right link. I think that's the suspension piece. Fan. I've got 40 of these. A rear plate. Pretty sure I need this for the engine. I think that's an engine, or that might be where the transmission connects in. I'm not really sure. Crankshaft pulley. I'm pretty sure I have that. Okay, here comes another one. Boom, 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 boom. Good stuff. What is it? Okay, I got like my 50th bumper. Don't need that. Heater hose outlet. I think I have that. Fresh air duct. That might connect into maybe the heater box. Ignition coil, which I'm actually not sure I had the ignition coil. Another suspension piece. You know, honestly, I think the suspension is going to be like the worst part. Also, there's a chance that I have what I need here as far as... Oh, wait, is this one? Did I open them all already? I need to double check everything here. I feel like I might have opened everything. You know, I think... Hold on. Wait, 1, 2... Okay, so I think I've got everything. I don't know if I've got everything. I've got all the pistons and stuff that I need. All right, let's see if I can get it to warm back up in here. I've got a ton of parts. I got to clean this out. So got lots of good suggestions from the last episode. As far as the building, lots of helpful pointers. I do have a guide up right now, and I think I'm going to go ahead and maybe try to start the engine assembly. I don't think I'll get it down in there today. Maybe we'll do a little bit of suspension. Probably going to be mostly a build episode. Again, today, I do need to go do a couple more things in town. I got another wood job lined up. I don't know. Like, it's going to come down to boxes, man. Somebody said it took them 40 boxes to get the car assembled. That's frightening. But I've heard other people say, oh, it's only about 20 boxes. And I'm like, well, what is it? But I do have a guide up. Okay, so I know I need these. These are the main bearings. Let's go and get those. Okay, so there is 5 in there. I was about to say, if there's only like 1 per box, I'm going to be angry. All right, so we could start the engine assembly here. So we got our engine block. Obviously, crankshaft goes in. There's going to be like a... Let's see, your pistons down here. The main bearings, I think, hook into the top of the pistons. Or they might just cover the crankshaft itself. I don't know. This is definitely a little bit different layout than, say, the Satsuma here. I just got to make sure I don't screw something up, because if you screw something up in the engine early on, it's game over. Like, the car probably won't crank, and then you got to take the engine back out and try to fix it. So, we got this. Crankshaft's in. Of course, crankshaft just sits there. There's no bolts on it, I don't believe. And then we got to get our main bearings, I'm pretty sure. And these will slot over. These aren't numbered, are they? I mean, they should be identical. So it's bearing 1. I get my ratchet set. I think it's inside the car. Uh-oh. Hold on. Maybe I need to set this up. Can I only stick one on at a time? Maybe that's a thing. I don't know. I thought maybe they all would just slot on. By the way, if you guys notice something, like anything, you know, when it comes to building this, let me know. Another thing is, I finally went and looked. I didn't realize that there's such a massive modding community for this game already. And there's some pretty freaky cool stuff up there right now. Like, there's one that puts a giant turbo on the tractor and makes it way faster. And I was like, you know, that would actually be kind of convenient. Okay, here we go. I don't know why these are so sensitive now. Like, you have to have them, like, perfectly sideways. At least I do. And I'm not really sure. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it, like, appears for a second. It's just, I don't know why these bearings are so fidgety. I don't remember them being that fidgety in my summer car. Okay, so there were 5 in a pack, so I'm assuming this thing does take 5. Hold on, let me look at my guide. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use a guide. Like, this is one of those things where it's like, you're either gonna watch me fumble around and probably break the engine immediately. I'd like for it to crank. Like, I want to use this vehicle. Ultimately, the goal is, in the series, is to get to the racing portion, because, I mean, I like racing, but, oh my goodness, this is so fidgety. I also like getting my main bearings on. Okay, main bearings are finally on. They're just really fidgety to where the posts are. I guess where you screw them in. All right, so main bearings are on, so I think pistons come in next. So there's a chance with some of these used pistons, they're bad, right? Okay, I'm about to say, I have one more piston. This parts pile isn't like the greatest thing ever. Okay, so I should, one of those look weird. Okay, so I want to flip those over. All right, thankfully, like I said, I have the guide here, so it shows me what size everything is. All right, let's tighten those up. Of course, I was looking too far ahead. There we go. All right, let's tighten the pistons down. Watch, there's going to be like 1 or 2 pieces I'm still missing, and I'm just not aware of it yet. I feel like that's my cruel fate that's probably ahead of me here, and I need to go order more boxes. Of course, I don't really have much money right now, so I need to go do... I mean, one wood job would pay me like $3,200. Also, I'm going to go ahead and say I have not paid attention to the apartment. I don't even know if I still have the apartment. I think I would have gotten unemployment. I probably am good on the rent for now. I don't know when all that runs out. Like, eventually the apartment can get taken away from you. But honestly, I just don't want to do the taxi job. I don't want to do the factory job. Like, I'm just straight up. Like, I don't want to do either one of those jobs. I don't like driving around. I mean, I think eventually I'll do the taxi for funsies. But yeah, right now I'm just like, I'm so focused on the car. Like, I'm living at my parents' house. Oh, phone's ringing. Hopefully it's a wood job. Nope, it's spam. Gosh darn it. Shut up. Guess while I'm in here, I need to feed myself and all that good jazz. Yep, we're a true mechanic now. We're just going to take our cigarette in there and peeing on myself a little bit. There we go. Yeah, buddy. All right, so, let's see. I need... Where is that? There's some stuff. Like, I see the distributor over there. I know I've got an oil pump somewhere. I know I got the oil pan, which is either over in that pile or it's outside. Pump, oil pump, oil pump, oil pump. Is that it over there? No, I think those are brake lines. There's the distributor. Where's the oil pump at? I have acquired an oil pump. So it says oil pump next. Where does the oil pump go? It's probably, oh, right there on the side. Okay. Okay, is it just the 2 on the side? So 1 here, 1 here. Make sure those are all tight. Okay, is there any more? Where does that lead to? It goes up the side. It just looks like it's a hose that stops right there. So that's the pump. So the pan goes on next. The pan should slot over this. And then okay, cylinder head. This is like where the rockers and stuff are going to go, I think. All right, let me get the pan. Should have already had this in here, but I'm stupid. Well, I know I have a pan. I got a pan. Where did I put the pan? I might have just passed the pan. Gosh darn it. You know, I thought I was somewhat organized. Was it setting beside? Oh, gosh darn it. It's down on the floor right beside me. Okay, pan is on. It's going to be a 7. I would assume I probably want to go ahead and put the plug-in right now too. I think that's a really big one. That's probably one of the upper ones. Okay, so put that there. I'm gonna guess a 13. Okay, 13. I think it was, you know, I actually tested on the Satsuma the other day, just kind of getting familiar how to build an engine again in this game, or it was in my, obviously my summer car. I went and did that, and yeah, I think that was a 13 on that oil pan too, or at least the plug. All right, so oil pan's on. Okay, so it says auxiliary shaft next. I have 2 of these, I'm pretty sure. I might even have 3 of these. I've gotten quite a few of these in the box. Okay, oh, well, that goes right there. Whoa, okay. All right, so we have, I think it's a 6mm. Okay, so one there. Yeah, I was actually just super surprised with how many people were like, yes, we want to watch you just build. Like, I always fear, like, obviously, I want to be an entertainer, you know, like, this is entertaining to people. So, you know, we're doing good here, because I was like, man, it's entertaining just watching me slowly piece it together. But I think it's the charm of the game. You know, this is what it is. Okay, so I can put the oil filter on. I have one inside. I bought one at the gas station. Okay, so you go on here. I need to... Do I just tighten that in manually? Yeah, I was about to say, there's not a screw. I know you would use a big... Well, actually, I don't even know if... Yeah, you probably would have to use it. There's like a little strap they put around them to loosen them after they've been tightened, but I just hand tightened that. Is that good? I think that's good. Okay, so next is the head gasket. I had none of those in my box. I bought one of those from the mechanic. Pretty sure... Yeah, it's this one here. Okay, so head gasket. Toss that over there. All right, that'll just slot on right there. There we go. Okay, so I think cylinder head would pop on to that. There we go. All right, so cylinder head's on. These are going to be 9mm. Okay. Oh, okay, so it's these long ones on the side. All right. So far, so good with the parts that I have. I'm still a little concerned that I don't have everything. And that's why I haven't loaded anything up in the trailer, because there's probably a couple parts where I was like, oh, this is a duplicate. And I threw it in that pile and it really wasn't a duplicate, especially with suspension parts. I feel like how I can easily mistake, like, oh, this was like the rear, this was the front. I have one of these and I really don't have one of those. All right, let's just test all these. These are all, okay, these are all down. Cool. All right, so up next are the rockers. We're gonna get those on. What would be after the rockers? I still have the camshaft, which I think is gonna slot in that hole there, I believe, or it's the hole below it. Not really sure. So the rockers, you're supposed to tighten twice, so it's just like this little clip that goes over it. Okay, so those are in there. I gotta get the ones on the other side. No, I missed the one on this right side, actually. Okay, I believe these are all on. I'm gonna give a double check. You gotta click them twice to make sure the little clip thingy is on. Okay, I think they're on. Nothing looks like it's popped off. Yeah, they look like they're all in position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 of those. Okay, camshaft is good. This is the standard camshaft. We need to feed it through. I'm gonna turn the engine here. It's already dark. I'm gonna have to probably call it for the day here, and then we'll get some light, take care of my fatigue. All my other needs are pretty good right now. Okay. Oh, that actually goes on the top. For some reason, I thought that slot... See? This is why I'm not supposed to do... I was looking at the hole, and I was like... I saw a tick mark up here, and I was like, wait a minute. This goes up on the top. Okay, so this is going to be a 6mm. I think it's over on this side. There we go. So is it one of these things? Is it the... I don't know if it's the pulley, or one of them is a timing thing. And you could screw it up. Also, there's my thermostat. That is what's next. I did no clue where this goes. Oh, right there. Okay. Yeah, I would not have guessed that's where that goes. All right, so thermostat's in. I need the housing, which I swear I saw that. I don't think it's up here. Also, I had 2 oil pumps. All right, toss that there. Okay, thermostat doohickey stuff is on there. Okay, what are we moving to next? Hold on, I gotta maneuver around my parts pile. Yeah, I had to go digging around. There's stuff in there. Like, I'm pretty sure when I was opening up boxes, stuff was even falling out and kind of going into the world that I wasn't even aware of. I've actually found a couple pieces outside that I was like, wait, I had this? Nothing too huge. I'm super happy about the transmission. Is my transmission ready to go? This is a clutch cover plate. There is there's this flywheel back here. There's a flex plate. And I feel like that's it. Oh, and there's a clutch disc. And then I have the clutch. Wait, is there a certain one for the 5-speed? That's a good question. Okay, so I went ahead and looked at what's next. This is where I'm pretty sure I'm going to get screwed here. So I need the water pump, which is, that's the starter. Okay, here's the water pump. So it says don't tighten this. Something's gonna connect into something else over here, I guess. Okay, so water pump goes on. So don't tighten the screws. So I have this. I'm not supposed to tighten on. I need the fan, which I have numerous fans. Did I not bring a fan in here? So I got a fan here. Hold on. I might be looking at this wrong. So does the fan go on? Oh, no, I need the pulley. Okay, crankshaft pulley, camshaft sprocket, auxiliary shaft. Oh, snap. Oh, and there's a pulley down here. Is this it? Water pump pulley. Oh, my goodness. Okay, I do have... This one looks nasty. I am really worried about the parts here. Okay, so it says put this on, and then I put the fan on, and then tighten them all together, I think. Where'd the fan go? Fan. Okay, so fan. I was about to say, I swear I have a lot of the pulleys. I'm worried about the belts. Okay, so that goes on. Now I think I tighten all this. Which, by the way, I took a small break in real life. It's not like a stressful thing, but staring at all these bolts, sometimes I get a little psyched out. I'm like, okay, pay attention. Wait a minute, I didn't bolt the actual pulley in, though. How does that not... Is that a thing? Hold on, is that the same screw size? Was I supposed to pull this? Wait, that's gotta have gone in, right? Oh, did I do that in the wrong order? I mean, you would think I'd be able to screw that on now. Was that not an 8? Okay, I'm gonna screw this in now. Maybe I read that wrong. Maybe I was supposed to screw this in, and then it was just the pulley itself I wasn't supposed to screw in. Hold on, there's another screw over here. You know, this game is so finicky, I wouldn't be surprised if I've already screwed something up. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of afraid that I'm not gonna have all the belts. Do I have a timing chain? I know I've got a timing chain cover. A timing chain, I could buy that at the mechanic shop, right? Or did I already buy one? Yeah, I do have a belt over here, but I'm not sure if that's the same as a chain. All right. So I need the auxiliary shaft sprocket. Camshaft pulley, auxiliary shaft sprocket. Okay. So this is gonna go, where does this go? Where's the auxiliary shaft at again? The sprockets go in the front, right? Pretty sure I buried the auxiliary shaft. Is it? No. No. Is it this way? Oh, okay, there it is. That is a 14 millimeter. Yeah, I think I'm gonna run into an issue when I get to like belts and stuff because I'm not sure I've got everything. I bought the alternator belt from, I think it was the alternator belt from the PSK, and then I've got some of the other stuff, and then I've got certain things, but the timing one's not a belt; it's a chain, isn't it? Or is there a timing belt too? I don't know. This is why I rely heavily on my audience and some guides here. So the exhaust manifold, which I have in the floor over there outside, that's gonna shoot into the side here. I'm just trying to figure out what I can, like, when I look at it myself and go, oh, this is this is that. Okay, so I need the camshaft sprocket next. That's probably gonna go right there. Is that the same? That's another 14. Cool. So this is one you could screw up. So it says adjust the sprocket. Turn so long until the arrow points on the bolt between. Wait, what? What am I looking for? Uh-oh. Okay, so I don't know what I'm looking at here. So apparently is there an arrow on this thing? Huh? Oh, here we go. So the arrow itself is supposed to be pointed towards the thermostat. So I think that's correct. Okay, so maybe I got that right. Let's say I'm gonna need my timing belt next. Okay. This isn't a chain though, right? So that goes on there. Next is the crankshaft pulley. Hold on, which way is that? It looks the same on both sides. It's in here somewhere, I think. Hold on, is this on the back side? Let's see. Oh, I think this is gonna be on the back side. So the belt's in the front. This would be on the back side, right? Uh-oh. Hold on. Down there. Okay. So this is another one that needs to be adjusted. So this is gonna be a 13 millimeter. Okay, I need to get eyes on this. So there's a little notch is gonna fit a triangle, it says. Where is, all right, so put that in. Little notch fits a triangle. Oh, the fan's kind of in the way. Hold on, what am I? Oh, there's a little notch on the side of it. Oh, there's the notch. Okay, I see the notch. Oh, so there's something not bolted in down here. I could see a bolt hanging out. Wait, what? Oh, great. Okay, so I think the bolts or the notch is supposed to fit in there. I might have that wrong. What is this bolt? Is that? Oh, that might be the oil pan. I don't think I bolted the oil pan completely up. I'm looking at this going, I believe that's where the pan connects to the bottom here. Okay. Yep, look at that. I would have been leaking oil there. All right, so get that one. At least I caught that now and not later. Okay, I need that's my starter. I need a fuel pump. Okay, so this is a fuel pump. This is gonna go in right there. Okay, so fuel pump is in. It's gonna be 7 millimeters. I swear I see another bolt hanging. No, I think that's just something sitting on the other side. Okay, rocker cover goes on next. I think it goes on, like, is it this side? all the stuff hanging out going to be right here? There we go. I think it's the same bolt that I have right now, or bolt size. Boom. I'm a little worried about the wiring. So the guide I'm looking at is currently, it's on Steam. Like I said, I could have tried to do this without a guide, but you know me. Anybody who's watched my channel knows me. So I need a little bit of guidance here. Plus, there's still probably something I've missed. It's got a wiring guide too, which I feel like would probably be very useful for me. Is that okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I think we're good there. All right, so carburetor. Here's a good question. So I saw another carburetor at the mechanic shop. It was like, I think it was called a 4-barrel. Hold on, where did I put I just got the carburetor. Oh snap, where did I put it? Is it still outside? It might still be outside. Hold on, make sure I didn't drag it in here. No. That's the ignition coil. That's the starter. That's the alternator. It's going to be in a pile outside, isn't it? Carburetor, 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 carburetor. What did I do with the carburetor? I literally I had a carburetor. It's another ignition coil there. Fresh oil. Wait, what's this? There's a crankshaft pulley in here. Oh my goodness. What did I've already forgotten what I've done with it. It's going to be, maybe it's got to be in here. Oh, is that it right there? Oh my goodness, I walked right over it. All right, so carburetor is going to go on. Is this the right carburetor? Oh, buddy. That's going to go on, I think, this side? Or is it this side? All right, do you go right? Oh. There we go. Is that correct, though? Is this... What's the difference between the carburetors? Just one more, like, maybe a more high-performance one? I'm assuming. You know, now it's got me wondering, like, as far as, let's see, how many was those? Is that 4? Is there another? Oh, hold on. 1, 2. There should be a bolt. I think there's a bolt hiding in here. Oh, there we go. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. There should be a 5th bolt here. Okay, they're all tightened, I believe. Double check everything. Check your work. Yeah, I'm wondering, like, suspension-wise, like, what I have, what I'm ready to go with here, if I can get that in. Also, man, the wiring, it's just, oof, got me nervous. Okay, next are my spark plugs. Spark plugs. I'll move you a little bit. Okay, I'm just trying to look at first where the plugs go. I think they're right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then there's a special tool for the spark plug socket. So we put them in first, and then we tighten them down. All right, boom. Okay, and then we tighten those down into there. 1, 2. Make sure I knew how that worked. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I just panicked. I had a spark plug fly through. I thought it flew through the world. I tried to throw it on. It's a little finicky. Hold on, let me turn this. Yeah, it's acting finicky about where it wants the plug. There we go. Spark plugs are in. All right, let's give them all a check. I'm gonna go inside, tend to my needs real quick. Okay, exhaust headers are next. Okay, so those are gonna go over. Hold on, I gotta turn. Wait a minute. Is it this way? Oh, it's this way. Okay, exhaust headers. It's gonna be 9 millimeters. Okay, I'm starting to get optimistic here that maybe I do have all the parts. I don't know. Optimistic. Also still a little afraid. So yeah, we'll eventually have to lower the engine in there. I'm pretty sure I have all the exhaust parts. Transmission, I feel pretty optimistic about too, that I've got everything there. So, I mean, if I can not screw it up while wiring it, I might be able to get this thing to crank. Thanks to really just everybody else. Also, end plate. Was that what I got? Hold on. Is that? It's called rear plate. Okay, so it's this. I'm about to say this looks like maybe it's important. So is this supposed to go on, is it this side? All right, so, oh, I'm actually starting to bolt in, I guess, some transmission parts. So it says flywheel or flex plate. Oh, see, I didn't know this. So one of these is for the manual. The flywheel is the manual. The flex plate is for the automatic. I'm pretty sure both, right? So, yeah, flex plates, automatic. I want a manual, so I want the, flywheel. This is what I want. Okay, so the flywheel goes, why is that not going on? Oh, okay, there it goes. Okay, so that's going to be 12 millimeter. So what dictates inspection? Like, as far as you passing it and not passing it? Because I think we want to get it inspected at the little car center. Do I have to do that before? Like, could I just skip that and go straight to race car and go through their inspection process? Because I'm pretty sure Flattari needs to put in a roll cage. I don't know how much it cost. I mean, I just want to get the car running and drive it around for a little bit. Maybe do some, well, I can't really do many jobs in there. Maybe like the advertisement delivery or something. But like eventually it's going to be a race car. Like, I mean, returning it to like an actual, like, you know, and I wonder if there's a mod. Is there a mod that can add a second car to the game, like a second one of these? Like, what? It'd be cool to have a race car and then have like a stock one. Okay, so next comes the clutch assembly. So yeah, we are working back towards transmission here. So I think the engine itself, am I missing any belts? I mean, the alternator's got to go on, and there's alternator belt, which is inside. You got the air cleaner, which is going to go eventually on the top. The timing belt cover will do that. Is the belt and the chain the same way? The starter will slot in on the side, and same with the alternator. And then distributor, I think, will be somewhere maybe on that side. Okay, so I need to see what I got. Here, we're going to move this over here. So I need to work with just this. Okay, so I don't need the flex plate. I'm going to put this over here. You never know. Maybe we'll switch to automatic. Okay, so we have the clutch disc. We have the clutch pressure plate. And then here is the plate cover down. So these three go together. So you go into here, and then the plate goes over this? Like that. All right, so that's the clutch. And then this whole system will go up against this, I believe. There we go. So this is going to be an 8mm. All right. Well, look at that. We got a clutch on here, so the transmission will bolt up into there. Which we got a 5-speed. I need to look at my gear levers. Is there a 5-speed and a 4-speed? That's something that I might not have. Hold on. Where's that box at? That's the automatic there. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe I can just stick this. This will go. Yeah, it looks like a 5-speed. You can see the top of the knob there. So I'm assuming that's fine. Now, honestly, it looks a little empty in here. Like there's all the parts are being used at the moment. I'm excited about this. All right, so that is completely on, I believe. Double check my bolts. Okay, so alternators next. I've got several alternators. How do you tell if a part's like good or bad? Is it just like visual or I don't know? Okay, so that goes on there. All right, so we want to screw this in. Is it just the one bolt? It looks like it's. Oh, is that a screwdriver? Wait, no, the screwdriver is to just, I think that, is it the tension? I think I remember a little bit of this. All right, so this goes into the back here. So let's screw in the alternator. Okay, so I need the fan belt. All right, so that is, yeah, it's inside. Okay, so we have this. All right. Oh, snap. Hold on, put that back on. Get it on. No, I had the arrow. Boom. All right, so that's on. So now we need to adjust it with your bare hand. So it needs to set. Wait, what? So I'm supposed to adjust this where it sets against the fan belt. What does that mean? Okay, so I can. Oh, so I think you could throw a belt. So I need to move it to the left here. So there's the fan belt. So it needs to slot in there. There we go. And then I tighten this in via screwdriver. Okay, so I think that is adjusted. There we go. My goodness, look at this thing. It looks cool. All right, distributor. Distributor was on the floor, right? Oh, here it is. Okay, so distributor is going to go in. And that's going to go in somewhere over here, right? There it goes. All right, so that's going to be screwdriver tight. But where? Oh, I saw something. Hold on. Maybe that was it. Oh, there it is on the bottom. Okay, distributor's in. Starter's going in next. If I'm not mistaken, a starter. Okay, that's going to be like on the kind of like this bottom side. Oh, no, don't drop it. There we go. There's the starter. All right, so it's going to be 8mm. Okay, starter's in. Air cleaner goes on next. Boom, there it is. It's going to be 17mm. Okay, air cleaner is screwed down. All right, nice. Okay, last thing. Wait, where does the ignition coil go? Maybe that just sets maybe down in here? I need to look that up. Yeah, you hate seeing a part set in here that you thought, oh, and this needs to go on. This goes on. Let me slot this. So yeah, this is the timing belt cover. There we go. And that's 2 6mm screws. Well, folks, we did something. Now, whether or not this is completely correct, I don't really know, but the engine itself is officially built. I hope I screwed everything down. I'm pretty sure everybody says that when they finish one of these. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Another building episode, but we're getting there. Maybe next episode we try to lower this thing down. I got to see what hoses I have, what I can connect in here. I've got a battery. I need to figure out the ignition coil, and then I need to start working on suspension. I'm not going to say within the next couple episodes. Maybe the next couple episodes, we are like going to be close to cranking this thing, or attempting to crank it. I should say attempt because I don't really know what I'm doing. Like, I know there's probably some engine adjustments you can do, and yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and we will see you guys next time.